This conference will now be recorded.
Is that it?
Yeah, I think we're good.
Do I hit open or?
We're good.
Yeah.
Everybody can hear me? I'll call the meeting to order for 5 after 4. First, we'll do the minutes from March 10th meeting and March 17th special meeting of council. If everybody's had a chance to look at them, if anybody would like to make that motion.
Just hold up your hand.
Yeah, we'll just do hands. Councillor Wright, Councillor Cowan. Anybody want to take off their mic and ask any questions? Okay, all in favor? Put up your hand. Okay, we're all good. Next, the adoption of the agenda. If somebody would like to move and second that. Councillor Cowan, Councillor Penner. Any additions, changes? No. Okay, all in favor? Okay, we're all good. The RCMP report, we obviously don't have anybody here for it.
But we did have it.
It is available. If there are any questions, there are questions that you can pass on because obviously none of us can answer them. So if I can get somebody to accept and second that report. Councillor Penner. Councillor Cowan. All in favor? Oh, yeah, 1 second.
Before Deputy Mayor Williams calls for the vote, I did speak with Staff Sergeant Argue, and he said if any of you have any questions, please forward them to me, and I will pass them on to him, and he'll make sure that he gets back to us by email. Okay.
All in favor of accepting that report? Everybody's good. Yep. Finance. We'll do them both together. So if everybody wants to look and see if there's any. Councillor Wright.
I have two. Check number 534.
534.
And 540.
And 5 what?
540.
540.
So I'll just maybe repeat that. So it was hard to, just repeat for everybody because it was a little hard to hear. Councillor Wright, she has a conflict of interest with checks numbers 20200534 and 20200540.
So can I get a motion and a seconder for all the checks except for those two? Councillor Cowan, Councillor Wright. And questions about the ones that we're going to accept now? Just give a moment.
Maybe ask Marie to turn his microphone off because we're getting background.
Marie, can you turn your mic off? I think we're getting, yeah, thank you. Okay, everybody's good? Marie's got a question. Kate, you gotta turn your mic back on.
0546, will that be going through our insurance?
Yes, they came out on Friday, Friday to look over everything, and now they're going to be investigating it further, but the claim will include that check, yes.
Okay, thank you.
So I have a question. Was this the total cost of that damage, or is there more to add to this?
There will be probably at least another 10,000 to add to that, because we did have Four Seasons Mechanical came in to begin with to try to find what we thought was the leak, and we're working on getting the boilers running for that weekend. And then Prairie HVAC were in at least 2 or 3 times with several more hours. So yeah, we're estimating about 55,000 at this time.
And our insurance coverage, what's our
Our
deductible?
deductible is 25,000. If everyone remembers, last year was when we raised the deductibles on those buildings. So
How much did we save?
we saved over 2 years, we would have saved over the 25,000 in our insurance premium. So we had a 2-year cost recovery on it. So yeah, it's unfortunate.
And just for the record, probably everyone else knows as well, but that valve has been locked out now.
Yeah, it is locked out. It was tagged out before, just not locked out. So it
Okay,
is locked out now.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Anybody have any more questions on checks? Okay, so all except for the 2 that Councillor Wright has called conflict on. I have a seconder. All in favor? Yep. So Whitney, you want to go? And can I have a motion and a seconder for those 2 checks? Councillor Gardner, Councillor Cowan, all in favor? Okay, we're good. And you can come back. Okay. Oh, I lost my page. Okay, so we'll go on to number 5, community services recommendations. Councillor Wright.
Okay, so about the ball diamond rates, I will make the motion that the council of the town of Burton approve the ball diamond rental fees for 2020 be as follows. For Burton minor ball, $2,000, BCI girls fastball, $250, BCI's boys fastball, $250, Burton slow pitch, $2,000, and a per game rate of $50.
So you're making that motion?
Yeah.
And somebody like to second? Councillor Penner? Anybody have any questions?
One question, these comparable, Councillor Wright, with other communities?
Yeah, they are. We did, we got a whole breakdown from Tracy on rates and looking back at previous years as well.
Okay,
And-
thank you.
We're just kind of getting back where we need to be.
Okay, if everybody's good with questions then? All in favor? Okay, I think Murray, you're good? I think I lost him. Murray, you were good with that motion? Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, you can keep going.
So I will make the motion that the town of Burton approves the soccer rates for the 2020 season as follows. The VCI boys soccer is $250. VCI girls soccer is $250. Youth soccer would be $500 if the town supplies the porta potty, or or $250 if that group supplies the porta potty.
Okay, can I have a seconder for that? Councillor Penner? Anybody have any questions? Councillor Cowan?
Yeah, do we typically supply the porta potty?
Yes.
And that was reflective in the rates before? Or
No.
not? Okay. All right, thank you.
Okay, all in favor? Okay, we're all good?
May I just,
Yeah, just,
Councillor Munchynski, are you? Yeah, and are you able to hear people speaking? Okay, great, thank you. I just wanted to check and make sure we're good. Thanks. I'm not okay, that too.
5.3, do you want to keep going?
Yeah. I will make the motion that the town of Verdon approve the rates for the swimming pool for the 2020 season as follows. Would you like me to read them out?
I think we're all good. We can all see what the rates are that she's asking for. Okay, yeah, no, if you just want to make the motion.
Okay, and then if anybody has any questions.
Okay. So can I have a seconder for the motion on the pool rates? Councillor Penner. And then anybody have any questions? I can't hear you, Murray. I can just see your lips moving.
So here, as per normal, this will be put out in the paper for everybody to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll advertise it as we always do, yeah.
Great.
Any more questions? Okay, all in favor? Okay, we're all good. Spray park request. Councillor Wright has declared a conflict on this one. So she is going to leave and she asked me to read this motion. The motion is that the council of the town of Verdon allow the spray park committee to host a fundraiser, including food trucks, bands, and a beer gardens on the town of Verdon property, and further that they be allowed to block off Lion Street East from 5th Avenue South to 3rd Avenue South to accommodate the event. If somebody wants to make that motion, I read it out, but I probably shouldn't make the motion. So if somebody can make the motion and second it. Councillor Penner, Councillor Gardner. And do we have any questions?
Yes, where would the beer gardens be held? Is it going to be in a fenced-in area or like, it's going to be downtown somewhere?
This is all like curling parking lot, the street between Goulter and Curling Lot, like it's all down there somewhere, but they haven't come up with, we didn't go into specifics on where things would have to be.
They would have to follow.
Oh, yeah.
They'd have to follow the regulations, and that's set out in the regulations to get a permit. So it would have to be.
It's part of the permit, yeah.
Yeah.
But we didn't
Okay.
set up a specific spot, just a general area for them.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Any more questions? Okay, all in favor? Okay, we're all good. Perfect. Okay, and if you want to continue on with Arena Ice.
I will make the motion that the town of Verdon take the ice out at the Tundra Oil and Gas Place as soon as possible to reduce costs at the facilities.
Okay, can I get a seconder? Councillor Cowan? Any questions? We're all good? All in favor? Okay, everybody's good. And I think you have one more.
And I will make the motion that the town of Verdon approve the lighting project at Tundra Oil and Gas Place at an estimated cost of $65,000.
Can I get a seconder for that? Councillor Gardner? Okay, any questions on that?
I have a question. What is the project? What are we replacing?
It's replacing ballasts and lights above the ice surface.
Primarily, yeah. Would you mind?
Mostly, yeah, yeah.
Primarily it is ballast over the last, since the facility's been open and before we got the dehumidification system installed, we were suffering a lot of damage, rust primarily to the ballast, primarily over the ice surface in that area, like in the arena part of the facility. And it prior council had decided that they wouldn't be fixing this until we did have the dehumidification system working. And this is primarily, you know, having summer ice, having so much condensation in the facility. So now that we do have that in with, you know, and hopefully we can proceed with the project. We can get the supplies and get some of this work done.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any more questions? Okay, all in favor? Yep, we're all good. Okay, that should be it for community services. We read this text. I can read this out.
It's usually just read the further, be it further resolved.
Just the bottom, okay. This is for the designation of the tax sale year. Be it resolved that the 2020 tax sale year be held Tuesday, November 3rd, 2020 at 6:30 p.m. at the Town of Verdun Council Chambers.
I'm sorry, I misled you.
Oh,
I,
read two.
I'm sorry, we have, started the second paragraph. I misled you. Therefore, be it
Therefore, be it resolved that the designated year for which properties in arrears be offered for sale by option B 2019, meaning all properties with outstanding taxes from the year 2018 or prior, and be it resolved that in accordance with section 363(1) of the Municipal Act, costs shall be the actual costs incurred for each parcel listed for the 2020 tax sale, plus administration fees of $50, as set forth in the Manitoba Regulations 5097, and be it resolved that the 2020 tax sale be held Tuesday, November 3rd, 2020 at 6:30 p.m. at the Town of Verdun Council Chambers. Can I have a motion and a seconder for that? Councillor Cowan, Councillor Wright. Any questions? This is something
I
we
have
have to
one.
do every year.
Oh.
Yeah, Councillor Penner?
These rates are all regulated, are they? Like, we can't adjust them?
No, they are set out by the Municipal Act.
Okay, thank you.
We do, though, get back, that company tax service is the one who handles tax sale for us. So whatever costs they incur, they have set rates that are also collected back from the property owner. And we don't incur any costs for the collection of the outstanding taxes.
Any more questions? Okay, all in favor? Okay, yeah. COVID-19 response. Is that?
Basically, I just wanted to give all of council a little bit of and I apologize, my notices for my emails are binging there. Little bit of an update of what we're doing as municipal staff in our response and what support we're receiving so that you are aware. We are set up right now with a daily phone call, or sorry, Skype session with our municipal services officers, and they split us up into regions. So we're region 2, which involves the municipalities in our area. And we all go on to the Skype call, and our municipal services officers go through a pre-established agenda, but then they also take questions from all of us. So that has been very helpful and reassuring to us as CAOs that we do have support from our provincial departments, and they're doing their best to get answers back to us as quickly as possible. They, like everyone though, don't have all the answers. And but they're doing what they can for us, which includes even now we've been offered to place a bulk order for, say, hand sanitizer, gloves, masks, things that they're out of stock on, but that they're going to do their best to try to source for us, and any other cleaning supplies, etc., that municipalities are maybe having trouble getting from their regular suppliers and haven't been able to find another source. Another set of meetings started last Wednesday was with EMO, and they've set us up into health areas. So obviously we're the Prairie Mountain Health areas. So I will be having another conference call with them tomorrow. Same thing, they're just kind of letting us know what's going on in the province, what resources are available, if any, and to just try to answer any questions that any of us may have. As you are all aware, there was the state of emergency declared for the province of Manitoba, but at this time that's had no impact on municipalities at all. It hasn't given municipalities any other powers or authority over the private business or the private sector at all. That is, or it's been driven by the Manitoba Department of Health. So they're the ones who are really facilitating that. As far as staffing, we are still full staff. Our facilities, as everyone knows and as the public is aware, are all closed to the public at this time. In the recreation department, staff are working kind of on a buddy system, but still social distancing, physically distancing, whatever the new term is now, in their work projects. So there's quite a number of projects they can be doing in the facility, from cleaning to tightening seats in the dry floor space to, and you know, depending how long this goes, obviously, if the snow melts a bit more, there's lots of going outside and picking garbage and cleaning up. Public Works, same thing. They are business as usual. They are listed as an essential service when it comes to road maintenance, garbage pickup, but they're doing their best. The garbage workers are sort of they're making sure that they're keeping a good distance away from the other workers, because that is obviously a critical service, is garbage pickup. But we're looking at staggering when staff comes into work to ensure that we have our team set up so that we can make sure everyone's available and healthy. That's our prime goal, is to keep all of our staff healthy and being able to actually tend to work so they can be providing essential services for our community. Water and sewer have done the same thing. They have split into two teams with Brian Johnson and Logan Roach at the water treatment plant, and with Joseph Papel and Mike Plantinga at the wastewater treatment plant, with Trevor primarily working out of the office, but going to each of those plants and making sure that he is keeping himself safe, because he is he's the foreman, acting manager. And so he is obviously critical staff in making sure that we keep those both facilities open and running, because, well, they have to be. But we are looking at ways that if we need to, we would ever have to share with other municipalities for operators. The landfill remains open. They are also practicing safe measures there, and we will continue to be open as long as because that's a critical service. And our staff here at the office, we are all working as usual, but taking all precautions. So we'll probably discuss this a little more in camera, but is there any other questions about what we've been hearing from the province, or anything that we should be doing?
Okay, that's all good then. Next, the Burton Wallace Woodworth FCM report. I think what we're looking for is to accept this report so that we can forward it on to FCM as part of the grant that we received from them.
Yes, that's
Okay.
correct.
So I guess motion is just to forward it. Is that the motion?
Just that you
To
guys
accept it?
to accept it, and that it be forwarded on to the Federation of Canadian Municipalities.
So if somebody wants to make that motion to accept and then forward that report? Councillor Cowan, and would somebody like to second that? Councillor Ray. Okay, do we have any questions and stuff on this?
I can maybe elaborate. There are some changes that will be required. We will ask them to do what they can obviously quickly because I have to have this into FCM by March 31st in order to get our full $80,000 back. So I know that there are some things with it that we do want changed, but we'll get changed what we can and then work with the company after that too.
Councilor Fenner? Oh,
The grant was just to prepare the report, not to do the work, I presume.
That's correct.
Okay, thank you.
Councilor Wright?
I would just like to voice my disappointment of the status of the report right now. I know that I read through it, all of it, and I'm just disappointed in how long it took to get to us and the draft format that it's in right now. So I know we can't do much with that right now, but hopefully they clean it up here in a week.
Right.
How much were they being paid for?
Strategic, we're being paid the 80,000 and Eco West were paid 10,000 from the town of Virden and 10 from Wallace Woodworth to do our climate protection PCP portion of the project.
Or it had to be done before this, that part, right? Yeah. So the report itself was the 80?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the grant we received?
It will be the 80.
I see, okay.
We had to
Thank
do
you.
the, yeah.
Anybody else have questions or comments? Okay, all in favor of accepting this then? Yeah, okay, yeah, we're all good. Committee reports. I don't know if everybody's had lots to, let's start at the bottom. Councilor Penner? Oh, you gotta take, I can't hear you.
Turn your mic on, Keith.
Turn your mic on.
Sorry, I'll just need a minute if you could just. So I think I had only well, we had the planning and financing, of course, or finance meeting on 17th, and the community services meeting on Thursday, the 19th. And that's where all these rates were, we first became aware of them, or Tracy presented them to us. So that's, I think, all I have to report.
Okay. Councilor Gardner?
Yes, we had a few handyman meetings. We had a personal problem with staff. So all the reports are in AllNet. If you want to read the committee reports, that's where they're posted. And yeah, I believe that's all we had, plus the one meeting that we had at town office on the 17th.
Okay. Councilor Cowan?
I just had the planning and finances. I was away at conference the week before, so it was pretty quiet couple weeks.
And it's gonna be a pretty quiet couple weeks.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
Mayor Wright, do you have a committee report?
Not a lot to report other than numerous phone calls, people inquiring. Other than that, no, I have nothing else to report. I'm just hoping this mess is going to be over sooner than later, but I have my doubts. Thank you.
Councilor Wright?
Yeah, I think I just had the planning and finance and community services and just trying to do as much over email that we can.
Councilor Munchynski?
I have been just a little now. I've been staying out of people's way, and in another week I'm going to see the specialist, and he'll give me confirmation of where I'm at. So hopefully get back to everything again.
Sounds good. Planning and finance and community services was all I had to.
Me?
Yep.
I guess you guys forgot about a couple of meetings, but
Oh, did we?
on the 14th, on Saturday the 14th, we did meet to
Oh, yeah.
sort of strategize on what was going on with COVID-19 and what the town of Verdun's actions were going to be. And that included, you know, talking about our facilities and how we were going to move forward with those. I did meet with our fire chief on the 12th to review his contract and talk about some operational items. On the 13th, CAO Mitchell and myself met with our recycler contractors to talk about our contracts. And they're supposed to be coming forward with a proposal on extension of that. On the 16th, Councillor Penner, we did have the WAG control group meeting.
Yes, I was just going to mention that.
Yeah, so that was good. We finalized budget and talked about numerous things, which included the current situation. Of course, on the 17th, we had planning and finance, and then we went into a special meeting of a council to facilitate the closing of our facilities and the setting up of how meetings were going to be handled. And of course, we had community services as well. And on the 20th, at 8 o'clock in the morning, we had a conference call airport commission meeting with our consultant JetPro to discuss the Verdun Airport and the new regulations coming down from Transport Canada that is going to change the status of our airport. So this is something we will be discussing further, and they are, in fact, have been lobbying the federal government transport on maybe relaxing or grandfathering some of these rules, but we will continue to work on this. And something else that I've just been personally doing as a CAO is I've been meeting with each of my departments, making sure that they're all feeling safe and well, ensuring our staff, you know, that you as council are supporting them and that their health and safety is very important to all of us. And yeah, just making sure that they are following all the rules to keep themselves safe and, you know, talking about work plans, all those types of things. So in amongst all the meetings that we're having and obviously all of the emails we're being sent and making sure that we're following everything, it's quite time consuming, very overwhelming. But I think if we all work on this together, we are going to get through and be happy at the other end, I hope. So thank you everybody for your support, and I do ask that if you continue to kind of monitor your emails, when I send an email out, I'll try to make sure I put the red explanation mark beside it to indicate that it is important. You know, the news bulletins that I'm getting, I'll obviously read them at, you know, your leisure, but that is sort of the update as it's going, and I think it's important news for all of you guys to know as to what's happening. Is there too much stuff I'm providing you, or do you want me to just keep sending everything that I have been? Okay. Okay, if at ever at any point you feel like I'm spamming you, please let me know and I can back off. I always feel more, you know, more information is better. That way, you know, none of you can feel that you're being left out of the loop or maybe weren't aware of something that was happening. So.
If I could just mention 17, I'd like to thank Rhonda for actually sending those bulletins out. It probably gives me the best news that I get all day if I miss the updates at 11 o'clock anyway. But also, one other thing, I'm sure you're aware of it, but the federal government, of course, has been making EI much more readily accessible, like starting from day one. So if we do have extra staff that we're not getting full value out of, instead of us paying them, we might as well have EI pay the freight on those. Or what are your thoughts?
I'd rather talk about that in camera myself.
Okay, so we can bring that up too.
Yeah.
That's a good discussion.
Yeah.
Okay.
If everybody can hear me, I think that's a good question, but I think it's something that we can leave alone for a little while till we see where this monkey business is going to go. Again, the girls in the office and Rhonda, yourself, you guys have done a hell of a job keeping this all together. And there is so much stuff coming through. It's very hard to get through. We'll get through it. It'll just take a little time. But for right now, good job. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, Mayor Wright. And, I think I will say publicly that, our staff are relying on me and all of you to help them get through this. And, I think we got to make sure that we do what's right for them as well. Because, for people that are laid off, I don't expect these checks to be coming as quickly as they're maybe saying. Some of our staff I know don't get large wages and are paycheck to paycheck. And I get it. We have to be fiscally responsible too. But I think right now we are getting full value from all of our staff. And like I said, if we laid them off right now, they have nowhere to go. They don't. We all know that. But when this is done, I think we just want to be careful how we treat them, because we want to make sure that when this is done, they all come back to work for us and are proud to be a part of our team. So just my thought. Thank you.
Okay. I assume nobody has any notice of motions. So if I can get somebody to make a motion to adjourn us to in camera. Councillor Cowan? Councillor Gardner, all in favor? Okay, we're going to go to in camera.
Apparently I can pause.
I have one question for you. I have somebody at home. How is this going to be in camera?
What? Oh, yeah, we don't know. Yeah, we're good. She's
Okay.
going to know how to shut off.
I just want to figure out how to put this on pause without,
to end our meeting.
so that I'm not recording the in-camera
Because we've been
session.
recording it, so we're just trying to figure out how.
I was told by my IT helper that you know what?
We can edit that part out, but I think, can you just press that little red button at the top? Do you see that like I see it?
Yeah, and it's only giving me the stop your recording. I'm just going to stop your recording.
Yeah.
This conference will now be recorded.
If I can get a motion to adjourn the meeting. Councillor Cowan, Councillor Penner, all in favor? Okay. We're adjourned.
Thanks, everybody.
Have a good day.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Travis, you got